Hello, this is Brian Otten. I'm the marketing manager with the Greater Wausau Chamber of Commerce. Today I'm joined by Donna from the Neighbor's Place. We are visiting yet another finalist in our 2021 Small Business of the Year Awards. Donna, I'm going to flip the camera around to put you on screen, and we will get this conversation going.
Great.
So Donna, tell me a little bit about the history of the Neighbor's Place and what it is that you do here.
Sure. So we are an evolving nonprofit. Our history, early, I would say probably in the 80s. So I'm new to Wausau, so I'll tell you what I do know. In the 80s, this organization was a place where people from other cultures could come and learn a second language, where they could find resources, whether it was literacy, fiber arts, we had food, just different things. And over time it evolved into a food pantry and was supported by a lot of people in the faith community. And we have now expanded beyond that, and we had a furniture bank too at one time, but now we are a USDA commodities food bank for all of Marathon County. We are a food pantry. We have a brand new program called the Baby's Place, and we're doing deliveries now. We have a bike program and a community thread program, which after when it's safe we'll reconvene with that group. But yeah, we are just really evolving, but we are here to serve people. Our motto, is people helping people, and that's what we do. So we try to find what those needs are and change with the times and pandemic or whatever it is that we need to do to pivot to make sure people's needs are being met.
Sure, and it's interesting, you mentioned the history of it. I served on the Greater Wausau Christian Services Board for a couple of years, and it wasn't until I was maybe a year or two into that stint that somebody had mentioned at a board meeting or some sort of interaction that the Neighbor's Place, I think, actually grew out of an initiative that organization, right. In the early 80s, and so it's interesting. But as I told you, Donna, before we started, I worked across the street at the Daily Herald for a long, long time, and so I've seen over the years just the volume of people that this organization serves is incredible. At Thanksgiving time, there was a lady that we go to church with who needed to take advantage of some of your groceries and other sort of household supplies that you had available. And I waited in line with her in the car and helped kind of load things up with her. And again, it was impressive, the volume of people that were taking advantage of what you offered and really had a need that you could sort of fill.
Absolutely.
So you filled out the application for the Small Business of the Year Award. You're a finalist in the nonprofit or charitable nonprofit category. What did you learn about the organization as you went through that application process?
Yeah, it was really interesting, and that's a great question to ask, because when I filled it out, I realized so most people know us, of course, as a nonprofit that serve people in need. But in this last year with the pandemic, like a lot of businesses and nonprofits, we had to pivot, make some changes, and adapt. And last year, our largest fundraiser, our flagship, Empty Bowls, had to do a tremendous change. Typically, it's at the high school, it's in person, and we wanted to keep the date. We wanted to give people something to look forward to. So we went to a virtual platform for this event. It wasn't in person at all. But the great thing about it was that we were able to help small business, restaurants, small retail, in a way that was so unique, because these are folks that have always supported us. And it's like our mission, of course, is to serve those that need our help, but neighbors helping neighbors, and it really made me think about this full circle moment. So we were able to drive traffic to small restaurants, businesses, and serve those folks. And the great thing about it is they employ people who were hit the hardest, people in the hospitality industry that lost their jobs or had their hours reduced. Many of them came here for the very first time needing help. That took a lot of courage and pride. And we've had over 700 new families who've never been here before during the pandemic. And so it was just really a full circle moment. So it really made me think about, connecting all those dots and how we've helped those folks, and we helped business, and we all did this together. So that was my big aha moment, if you will, from that application.
Sure. Now, 700 families, that's incredible.
Yeah,
that is really some great work that you're doing. would you like to take a walk around and,
Yeah,
show me around a little
absolutely.
bit?
Absolutely.
All right, sounds good.
This is our new training room when we get back to having folks, but this is where we're going to be, we'll have board meetings and training for our volunteers and staff. So we're pivoting to a brand new food pantry model, so there's going to be a lot of training before we go live. This room is where our volunteers check in. So we feed volunteers too, just so you know. We check in here and have some safety protocols. So this is a kind of a work in process. So when we reopen in September to our guests, we're doing an outside distribution right now. This will be our new lobby. So we're just like painting, getting new window coverings, so you guys get to see the before. And you'll see the after when it's done, but this will be our new lobby where our guests will hang out. And then we're rolling out this new shopping model. So it's called the Safe and Healthy Food Pantry Program. And you hear me say guests, that's how we refer to the people that need our help. And this is in the middle of being set up right now, so this is not what it will look like. This again is the before. But it's going to look like a grocery store. There will be healthy foods and lots of variety, and people can choose what they like based on their household size, which is always important. We want to treat people with dignity and respect and let them have choices. So when we get ready to open in September, the really great surprise that will be fun for the people we serve, we got a grant for this brand new beautiful walk-in cooler and freezer. So just like we would shop at Aldi's, or
Sure.
You will see the food, they'll be able to see the food and choose what they would like based on their family's needs. So this is really exciting.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, we're excited about that. In here, this is kind of our new diaper bank program. It's called the Baby's Place. And this is a program that families can take advantage of that have children, and it's once a month. It's 25% of the diapering need is what we came up with. And so they get a great package of diapers. So it just has 60 diapers in it, and it's nicely packaged, has our logo on it. And we have lots of other hygiene items. We have really any hygiene item you can think of, cleaning supplies. We also have feminine hygiene products and continence products, which are very costly. And the thing with this too is diapers, all of these goods, because of supply chain disruption, are all going up in price. And our goal is really to help give people basic needs so they have more disposable income to get back on their feet and empower folks. And so we want to be part of helping that, getting people back on their feet. So more stuff going on here. This is the coolers, this is the freezers. Lots of shelving units.
And one really big box of Honey Nut Cheerios.
Exactly.
That's the jumbo.
I don't know where we got that.
The jumbo
It's been here
size.
a while.
That's a big one.
That is huge. Back here, so this morning you would see more of this, but just to give you an idea, back here is where we kind of sort produce. So we have some really fabulous grapes that looks like back here. Because we are all about safe and healthy, so we want to make sure that we have more healthy foods, less highly processed foods.
Sure.
We work with local retailers, with Sam's, Walmart, and Target. We rescue food from them all week long, and that's been a great, great, great partnership. So that all happens here in the morning. We'll go downstairs here and see if this is open. I can show you. It's open. One of our older walk-in coolers and freezers. So in here, we have lots of produce again. We have apples. I think this is pretty much all apples and salads, but mostly healthy stuff in here.
Sure.
This is all going with us to the new campus, by the way. It's going to be crazy.
The cooler's gonna go?
They are.
Oh my gosh. Really?
So we have wonderful produce, meat, so proteins. So we have meat, we have lots of chicken, chickens, nuskies, lots of great stuff. Tyson
Great.
products.
Nice. Yeah, Nusky. I'm from Wittenberg, so
Okay. There you go.
Nuskies is a member of the chamber and
Yes.
located in my hometown.
They're great. I really enjoy feeding the work done. So we'll slide down here along the yellow line.
Sure.
Away from Dave. Hey, that's a great photo shoot.
Yeah.
Smile.
Action shot. There you go.
So down here, so because pandemic, we've been doing an outdoor distribution. So the carts, they're wrapping it up right now, but normally this is all lined up with carts full of great food. And then we go outside, we always have milk. And they took the tables down, but people pull into the stalls. We have the tables popped up. We put all the food out. They take the food and drive away. It's pretty easy and pretty slick. We can, let's see, we can show you some stuff down here. This is dry goods. So TFAP, this is, we are a USDA commodity food bank. So TFAP stands for the Emergency Food Assistance Program. And that's where most of that food is from. We are also a Feeding America partner agency, and I don't know if I have any Feeding America product down here right now, but we also are a Feeding America member. So we have a lot of great relationships. We have food boxes that are coming from the USDA, and then of course our generous community, you know, businesses, people, scouts, faith groups, everybody. It's just been, we couldn't do the volume of people without all that help. So
Sure.
that's been tremendous.
Well, and that kind of answers my question. I was going to ask, you know,
Yeah.
who could you sort of recognize that's helped? But I think
tell you.
I think you're right. It's kind of a little bit of everybody.
Yeah, so that's a Feeding America series.
All right.
Yeah, so when that is, I love that question, and I can tell you, of all the wonderful people and organizations, the one that really stands out in my mind, first and foremost, is Channel 7.
Okay.
Channel 7 this last year, with everything going on and the thousands of people we serve every month, between helping us support Empty Bowls, which helped support small business. They did live remotes at the restaurants, they were at the retailers. We did a thing called Singing for Their Supper. They promoted our programs online. They lifted up businesses that supported us online. It just, yeah, Channel 7. They've just been a really great community partner. And, you know, because it takes a lot of people. It takes the media, it takes business, it takes faith groups to get, you know, to support the work that we do.
Sure.
But yeah, Channel 7, hands down, they've
All
just
right.
been phenomenal.
Well, great. Yeah, Al Lancaster's on
Yes, I love
our.
Al.
He's on our board, so he's a good guy.
I love Al. Yeah, they've been phenomenal. It's just, you know, and I just keep going back to Empty Bowls this last year, being able to drive business for the soup of the day, we have a soup of the week, and to send people to restaurants and to help support them with their takeout and boosting their takeout business. And then we had our bowls at local retailers, so you could go to shops like Greenies and the local, and you know, drive traffic there. It just was great. It was really great.
It is excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Donna. I appreciate you taking me for a quick tour.
Absolutely.
I'm going to flip the camera around here.
Here's the campus.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the future home for
Yes,
the neighbor's place.
This brand new warehouse right there, and then
Nice.
there's our baby's place.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is a great partnership. the
Very
campus.
cool. So, again, this is Brian Otten and Donna from the Neighbor's Place, and we want to thank you for watching. We want to remind you that the Small Business of the Year Awards will be held next Wednesday, May 19th, beginning at 4 p.m. at Athletic Park here in Wausau. We will name the 3 recipients of the Small Business of the Year Awards in 3 different categories, and we will also recognize outgoing NTC President Lori Wires at that event. And you'll have the opportunity to tour the new ballpark and see some of the new enhancements that they've made. So it's going to be a fun night, nice opportunity for our members to reconnect and to celebrate small business in our region. So, Donna, thank you.
Thank you.
And we will talk to you soon. See you next week.